Here's homework question 5A from lesson 1 in your workbook on page 375. So it says for number 5, reduce to lowest terms and state the restrictions on the variables. So I always like doing the restrictions first. And the restriction for this, so t plus 1 cannot be equal to 0. And if you subtract 1 from both sides, t cannot be equal to -1 would be your restriction over there. For the second factor, this guy here, t plus 3 cannot be equal to 0. Subtract 3 from both sides to isolate t, and we would get t cannot be equal to -3. So the two restrictions that would make a denominator 0, and therefore this expression invalid, would be if I input -1 into that equation for t or -3, right? Because we can never divide by 0. To simplify this now, remember, like I showed you in the other video, this squared essentially means that you write that bracket t plus 3 twice. So to simplify, it would be t plus 3. I'd write that twice, t plus 3, all over. My denominator was t plus 1 and t plus 3. Cancel out what you can. And what you're canceling is a t plus 3 and a t plus 3. So this expression simplifies to be t plus 3 in my numerator and t plus 1 in my denominator, comma, and then by convention we always state at the end, well, what was our restrictions? And we tend to state our restrictions or non-permissible values from the smallest to the largest. So I would then say, comma, t cannot be equal to -3 because that's my smallest value, followed by -1. And just let me box this in. That would be the solution for 5A.